In today's video, I'm going to give you a simple setup change that will allow you to play 3 different shots just using this one club. I have covered a number of different chipping techniques in previous videos. The chip and run, whether you use a 6-iron, an 8-iron and a pitching wedge, and also the hybrid chip. So if you haven't yet seen them, I will put a link at the end of this video where you can pop onto them and see if they will help your short game technique as well. So because we sometimes don't have enough time to devote to the short game to become really good at all the variety of shots, what I tend to get a lot of my pupils to do is just use one club, get good with one club and adjust what we would call shaft lean to produce a different number of shots. So in today's video, I'm going to generally adopt the same setup technique, but I will adjust the amount of lean that I have in the shot and also utilise a little bit of the bounce. So taking this position into consideration, we have nothing to go over. And generally speaking, we've got a lot of green to work with. So what I would more than do for this one is have a chip and run and get like an 8-iron or a pitching wedge. I wouldn't generally would go and choose my most lofted club for this one, but we can alter the loft of it. So the setup, what we're looking for is slightly narrow stance, weight favouring this left leg, so you want to feel the ground, feel the pressure a little bit more in this left leg. And if you want to open it a little bit, you know, what I would do is bring it back from square in a straight line, so the stances are open. So if we want to have play the pitch and run shot or the chip and run shot with this one, what I would do is lean the shaft a long way forwards. So the shaft, so the end of the golf club is pointing to the outside of my left hip if you're a right-handed player. Then as we take it back, we just obviously hinge your wrists a little bit. And then we want to try and maintain that shaft lean forward at impact so that we're reducing the loft on the golf club. One way to consider this is to think about the leading edge of the golf club. Try and make contact with the ground with the leading edge as opposed to the sole, and that way you will have that slightly de-lofted club. So, and with all chip shots, what we should be looking at is where we want to pitch the golf ball. So we're going to land it about 5 or 6 yards onto the green. And then let the ball roll out towards target. So the second situation we might be faced with is where we have to loft it over something here, like we've got a bunker, but we've still got plenty of green to work with. In this situation, what I would generally say is the shot that you're looking for is your standard chip shot, where the shaft doesn't lean as far forward and we more utilise the loft of the golf club to produce the height to roll ratio that we're looking for. So just like in the running shot, slightly narrow in the stance, weight favouring that left side, and that we pull that lead foot back away from that ball, that body line a little bit to create that open stance. But like with the running shot, we don't have the shaft leaning as far forward as we had. So we're looking at probably putting it more towards your left hip if you're a right-handed player. And the focus now is to feel that the sole of the golf club is gliding along the floor when we execute the shot. So, like with the running shot, we a little bit of a wrist hinge on the backswing, and then we just got to feel that we feel when we hit that golf ball that we have that shaft in that slightly leaning forward position. We don't want the hands to pass. We're going to utilise the loft of the golf club to produce the height on the golf ball. So leaning it forwards, it produces a nice little flight. So the third shot that we may be faced with whilst we're playing golf is the high shot, where we want the ball to go a lot higher than we normally would want it to do, but also land a lot softer, because you've got the pin is tucked tight to where you're chipping from, so like you're short-sided yourself, so you've not got a lot of green to work with. So what we need to do with this one is not have the shaft leaning forward, but have it more towards ourselves, so it feels like it's leaning back a little bit. So the setup, as with all these shots, so this is the good thing about this shot, is that you don't have to learn different setup techniques. The setup is the same. All we are doing is just altering the lean of the shaft at impact, as well as a setup, which will help you to produce the different shots that we're wanting. So narrow stance, weight favouring that left leg, and dragging that lead leg back from that target line for your feet. So now we are looking at getting this golf club pointing more towards ourselves. It's probably slightly behind the golf ball, but in line with the head. You don't want it to be obviously back here, so it's in line with the club head. And again, hinge them wrists, and then you've got to feel now this time that the bounce, the back edge of the golf club is making contact with the turf when we hit it. So that's the thing that's sliding, and it creates this slipping underneath it and putting that little bit more loft on the golf ball. It's quite a simple technique, same setup, different shaft leans will produce you different shots that you can use whilst you're out playing golf and get that golf ball closer to the flag. And as I said, it's better to be good with one club than it is to be okay with a number. So I hope you've enjoyed today's content. If you have done, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like. If you have any feedback or any comments, please put them in the comment section down below. If you are new to the channel, it's been great to have you, and I hope that you hit that subscription button below along with that notification bell, and then you'll get that weekly content that I put out on a Tuesday and a Friday. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to you tuning in to my next video.